A profound melancholy settled over the world each night for weeks. The moon, who had always bathed the sleeping earth in her gentle, silvery smile, gazed down with a face bare and sorrowfully smooth her luminous grin, a beacon of comfort for dreamers and a guide for lost creatures. Had vanished. Whispers rustled through the tall grasses and sighed in the treetops. Where had the Moonâ's smile gone? Without its soft, knowing curve, the darkness felt deeper, the night air colder, and hearts carried a quiet, unnamed ache. Children peered from their windows, missing the familiar friendly face, while owls hooted questions into the vast, unanswered gloom. The world felt unbalanced, yearning for the return of that celestial kindness. In a small cottage nestled beside a whispering forest lived a girl named Elara, whose heart felt the moon's sadness more keenly than most. She spent her evenings on a worn patchwork quilt in the garden, gazing upwards, trying to will the smile back. One crisp, clear night, as the stark, smooth moon shone particularly bright, Elara noticed something extraordinary. A tiny, shimmering tear, like liquefied starlight, escaped the moon's edge and began a slow, graceful descent towards earth. It drifted like a feather caught on a breeze, glowing with an ethereal, pearlescent light, heading unmistakably towards the deep, ancient woods Elara knew held both wonder and secrets. Without a moment's hesitation, Elara slipped on her soft boots and a warm shawl. Guided only by the pale, unsmiling moon above and the faint glow of the falling tear ahead, she stepped into the forest. Twigs snapped softly underfoot, and unseen creatures rustled in the undergrowth. But Elara felt no fear, only a fierce determination to help her celestial friend. The tear's light wove through towering oaks and gnarled pines, casting long, dancing shadows that seemed to lean in curiously. The air hummed with a strange, quiet energy, as if the forest itself held its breath, witnessing the child's brave quest through its moon-dappled heart. The journey led Elara deeper than she had ever ventured, to a hidden glade where moonlight rarely penetrated. Here, the air was thick and still, and the usual night sounds fell silent. In the center, resting upon a large moss-covered stone, lay the moon's stolen smile. It wasn't a physical object, but a radiant pool of pure, liquid light, shimmering with silver and pale gold, holding all the gentle warmth and reassurance of the moon's former expression. Yet, swirling around it, clinging to its edges like possessive shadows, were thin, wispy tendrils of deep gloom. These were the lonely shadows, creatures born of forgotten sorrows, who had stolen the smile, drawn to its warmth but unable to truly possess it, leaving it trapped and cold in their grasp. Elara approached slowly, her heart pounding. The shadows sensed her presence, swirling faster, forming vague, menacing shapes that hissed with a sound like dry leaves scraping stone. They recoiled from the pure intention in her eyes, the innocent love that drove her. She remembered the moon's tear, glowing faintly in her cupped hands where it had finally landed, cool and comforting, holding the tear aloft. Its soft radiance pushed the grasping shadows back, forcing them to loosen their grip on the pool of light. "This doesn't belong to you," Elara whispered, her voice surprisingly steady in the eerie quiet of the glade. "It belongs to everyone." Seeing the smile still trapped, shimmering weakly yet unable to break free, a wave of deep empathy washed over Elara. She understood the moon's profound sadness, the loneliness of shining without joy. A single tear, born of pure compassion for her friend in the sky, welled in her own eye. It traced a warm path down her cheek, catching the faint light as it fell. This tear, a perfect mirror of the moon's own sorrow, dropped into the center of the shimmering pool of light that was the stolen smile. The effect was instantaneous and magical. The human tear mingled with the celestial light, erupting in a silent burst of dazzling, warm radiance that flooded the entire glade. The lonely shadows shrieked soundlessly, dissolving into nothingness before the overwhelming power of shared emotion and kindness freed from its gloomy prison. The pool of light surged upwards. It streamed like liquid silver through the canopy, a brilliant river ascending back towards the heavens. Elara watched, breathless, her face upturned, washed in the glow high above. The smooth, sorrowful face of the moon received the returning light. It flowed across her surface, reforming the beloved curve, deepening the familiar craters into eyes sparkling with joy. The moon's silvery smile, brighter and warmer than ever before, beamed down upon the earth. It touched Elara's face first, a gentle caress of gratitude, then spilled over forests, mountains, oceans, and villages, bathing the entire sleeping world in its restored, comforting glow. Back in her garden, curled once more on her quilt, Elara felt a profound peace. The night was no longer cold or daunting. It was filled with the moon's gentle, radiant happiness. Animals rustled contentedly, crickets resumed their cheerful song, and the breeze carried the sweet scent of night-blooming flowers. As Elara's eyelids grew heavy, the moon's smile seemed to deepen just for her, a silent promise shining across the vastness. It spoke of resilience, the power of a single kind act, and the unbreakable connection between a caring heart below and a grateful friend lighting the way above. With the moon's gentle radiance guarding her dreams, Elara drifted into the deepest, most peaceful sleep, knowing the night's smile was forever restored.